Shalom, family. It's good to see everybody. We're just going to give it a few minutes for people to come on, and we're going to talk about the Breonna Taylor, the grand jury verdict, which turns out to really suck. But tomorrow, I'm going to be doing another live stream. Donald Trump is coming out with, get this, y'all, a Black America plan. I kid you not. He's coming out with a Black America plan. So again, that just proves that they are watching us on social media. How many times have we said, if they don't have a Black agenda, right? If they don't have a Black agenda, then we're not voting. How you doing, LVZ?
I'm good, sis. I'm good.
LVZ?
Yeah.
Donald Trump is coming out with a Black America plan. I'm going to do a live stream on that one tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess in this Black America plan.
I'm about to say, so we're going to talk about slavery tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey, this a bit. We got to talk about slavery tomorrow. This stuff weird. I've got an America plan. All you niggas will pick cotton for free.
Yes.
For me, Donald Trump.
And we have an all-round trip to Africa for those of you that want to go back, paid by the government.
And listen, and it's free food. I've got all the watermelons you niggas can eat.
Yes,
I'll leave it on the tray.
We'll make sure the watermelon is right there as soon as you get off the plane. It's right there. Somebody will hand you a plate.
You can have your fresh watermelon. Everyone gets a fresh watermelon. Mm-hmm. Everyone can have one. No cleaving on the watermelon.
And he'll probably have an added bonus to make sure you niggers never come back. We'll have watermelon everywhere you walk in Africa. There's watermelon there. Everywhere.
And for those of you who are really good, I'll give you free KFC for life. Mm-hmm. Watermelon and fried chicken. What else could a nigga want?
Yes. Yeah. We'll build you a hut from the ground on up.
Yeah. This don't make no damn sense.
You'd be like, okay, we'll have a U-Haul with my furniture. No, that U-Haul is filled with watermelons.
Yeah.
Man, look, anything they're offering us, it ain't gonna be no damn good for us. You already know that. Okay. That's a no-brainer.
Right.
But yes, and that's how he got it worded too. He has a Black America plan. Yes, he does.
No damn sense.
Yeah, Kafifi and handbutters.
Yeah, this nigga making up words and shit.
Kafifi. Yeah, I don't even know what a Kafifi is.
Y'all get your little ass slapped.
Yep.
What's up, Fred?
Wow. Yeah.
This shit is crazy. That shit is crazy.
So just understand, anything that Trump gives us is going to be of no use to us. Okay, just understand. It'll be of no use to us.
No bullshit. That's it. That's the type of shit. That's the type of shit right there. Look, when you hear shit like that, Donald Trump talk about he got a Black agenda. When he said he got a Black agenda, that means he got some fuck shit going on for Black people.
Yeah, it's a bunch of fuck shit. That's all it is. That's what it is. A bunch of
fuck shit going on for Black people.
Right.
That's what I got.
Like I said, it ain't going to be one thing in this agenda that's going to benefit us. That's how they like to do it. and then present it to us like they're doing something huge for us. They ain't doing shit. If it don't include our reparations, we already know what it is.
For real. Make no damn sense. It's look, was making Daniel Cameron part of the motherfucking Supreme Court, part of our goddamn black agenda, Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
Is that part of the black agenda? This cocksucker said he gonna put Daniel Cameron on the Supreme Court.
Right.
Is that part of our agenda?
No, wait, it gets worse, LVZ. He's going to put Daniel Cameron in charge of the Black America Plan. That's even worse.
Then you already know the Black America Plan. That sounds like genocide.
Yeah, right? When Daniel Cameron gets done, it's damn right it's going to be a genocide plan for us.
Oh, with that big head ass Becky he run around here with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you know what it is about him, LVZ? You can take one and look at him and instantly know that's a coon.
I was saying that on my live earlier today. I said, look at this nigga shape up. Now you know, don't nobody black get no haircut. No. Who sit down and say, give me that Zorro shape up, my nigga?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you, y'all, that is one dude. You know how it is when you see them coons around you, and y'all can't tell me you never seen this before. You'll see that one black person that'll walk in front of you, and you're like, that is a coon.
It's a straight up coon.
You just take one look and you know that is a coon.
Well, you got to do. Y'all look at that shape.
Yeah, you're right, Amaria. You look at him and you damn near see the biscuits floating all around him.
You smell them. You smell them. You smell like a bacon.
You walk in the room and you smell a tray of biscuits.
You smell that? motherfuckers in the line at the cleaners. Daniel Cameron walking in. Beautiful. Baby, you smell that? Is it a Popeyes around here?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh, sit down, you Cameron. There go the biscuits. I could have known you was in here.
Uh-huh. You know how they got Chanel number 5. He walking around with biscuit number 5.
Yeah, biscuits number 5 and shit.
Yeah, well, not Chanel number 5. He walking around with biscuit number 5.
Look, Lisa, and instead of white diamonds, he got white butter. It's the white butter biscuits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet butter biscuits.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he smelled piping hot right out the oven. You're right. Tea's a work in progress. You're right. Yeah, he smells hot piping out the oven.
Right. Don't make no damn sense.
Mm-mm. And then when you hear him talk, it's definitely over. You know that's a coon.
Come on, guys, on that.
Uh-huh. Actually, I'm going to play bits and pieces of the press conference he did, and then we'll just comment on some of the BS that he's talking about.
Cool.
You know. Yeah, flaky butter biscuits. Okay.
Did you see those videos I sent you and True Roy, that damn Stephen A. Smith and Charles Barkley?
Yes, and Charles Barkley, I was close to putting a video out, and LVZ at the last minute, I was like, fuck Charles Barkley, I ain't putting no video out.
About his ass. Nah, because everybody is roasting his dumb ass. This motherfucker done became donkey of the day. This motherfucker done became. Oh my goodness. This is the day that look.
Bowling ball head. He ain't never won no championship, right?
No, he ain't. And that's why.
Championship ring.
Just like him and Karl Malone, God don't really like super coons.
Yeah.
No, Lisa, but you got this, man. But hey, y'all, I suggest all of y'all go to fucking Black Reality.
Oh yeah, I listened to his video this morning.
Did you see the thumbnail?
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
that's what had
Lisa,
me rolling. I said, let me go ahead and click on this. I was rolling on that shit.
I told him this morning. I said, Grant, you know you officially won the thumbnail champion of the universe today. I said, son, I can't stop laughing. That motherfucker, I don't know where you found that at, but that Barkley picture is killing me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that this morning, and I actually listened to his video.
That
Yeah,
shit was
it was a
crazy.
lot of people jumping in on that stuff with Charles Barkley.
Yeah, because
But
you
you
know what
know,
happened? It happened real time. What happened was we was all, because like, we was all still in shock. But the sports shows that come on and we knew people was going to talk. I
mm-hmm.
did not see Stephen A. Smith, so I didn't even watch that. And what I did, I said, well, fuck, I'm going to just watch the game. And when I cut the game on, I cut it on exactly when Charles Barkley said that.
Oh
And
wow.
I'm to karate kick my TV off the
Mm-hmm.
stand. I immediately, look, y'all, I immediately cut off Fight Night round 4 and knocked out Paulie Malignaggi 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
I got so mad. I said, you know what? I got to play the boxing game. I started knocking white folks. I was fighting all white men in the video. I was using Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, and Sugar Ray Leonard, and just whooping the shit out of them.
Yeah, yeah. What's the name of that channel? Is Black Reality TV.
TV, yes,
Yeah,
Black
that's the name
Reality
of the
TV.
channel. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah. Isn't that ironic? He's from Kentucky, Daniel Cameron, and what do we have in Kentucky? Kentucky Fried Chicken, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. that's that's what look. That's what Mitch bought that motherfucker for his wedding gift. Hey, Daniel, like, know what you like? Chicken. Oh, thank you, Daddy Mitch. And
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker, 24 pieces of original recipe for a wedding gift.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That was the wedding cake. You know how you have a 3-tier wedding cake? They had a 3-tier chicken tray. Oh man. Mm-hmm. Wow. No, Charles do what he do all the time. You're right.
Yeah.
He did, Armia Benton. You're right. He did defend George Zimmerman. I remember that shit.
Yep, I said that earlier. I said, y'all gotta remember, this
Yeah.
the same guy that called Trayvon, and said was beating the hell out of Mr. Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Mr. Zimmerman. Oh, so Trayvon just some nigga but he's Mr. Zimmerman.
Right.
Let's be honest. That Charles Barkley has never seen a murder of a black person he couldn't agree.
Right. Right. Right.
When it comes to murdering black people, there's not one that Charles can't be. And then Shaq, big ass, I agree with Charles.
Yeah.
Get your big retarded tricking ass down.
I mean, he need to go. Ain't nobody checking for no 7'3" dude. Go sit down. Go sit down.
Ain't that the nigga that walked around in pink thongs?
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, he needs to go.
And had his toenails painted too.
Yeah, right. Them ugly ass
with his toenails painted.
Yeah, big motherfucker, wolf feet. This motherfucker feet. This motherfucker look like a bear with toenail polish on, and he got some pink thongs on. Fuck him.
Yep. But Charles do that all the time. Whatever the black community is outraged about, he takes the opposite side. He always takes the side of white supremacy. That's all Charles Barkley ever does. And he's very consistent about that shit too. He's always on white supremacy side.
And you should see the face that he made. He made the ugliest face in the world the end of that speech when he said that, I just paused it and freeze framed it. I said, look at his face. That's disdain he has for our community. That's
Yeah.
what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
so easily say that and not give a fuck what you think. That's why he say that. I don't give a damn what your people think. No, he don't care what black people think.
Right. No, Jerome Simmons said he's a trans Yogi Bear. No, Daniel Cameron is a trans white man.
Yeah, no bull. That motherfucker is Danny Dolan's on.
Mm, yeah, yeah, got the perfect name, right?
Danny Dolan's on. There you go. There you go.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Ain't that the truth?
Danny Dolan's on.
Jesse Lee Peterson. But you know what? Daniel Cameron is worse than Jesse Lee Peterson. See, Jesse Lee Peterson just sit and talk shit, on his mic. That's all he does. But this guy, he got control over the law and how the law works as a DA. So
Right.
he's way more dangerous than somebody like Jesse Lee Peterson.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I was listening to Kenneth Walker's lawyer that I'm gonna play what he said after we
Benjamin Crump.
No, Kenneth Walker lawyer is not Benjamin
Crump.
Oh,
okay. No, I'm thinking about Breonna's family. Okay.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker got a white guy, which is smart, and a black guy.
Okay.
Man, and I'm gonna talk about that later on. Why I said that this white lawyer is smarter. It's smarter to have right now in this situation. I want y'all to understand. In warfare, you got to use the same tactics that your enemy use.
Yes.
If your enemy is throwing out a motherfucking white man in blackface, you need to throw out a black man in whiteface.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard his lawyer talk. Yeah, no, you're right. You can tell he has that bulldog mindset. That's what you need. You need one of them bulldog attorneys.
Right, because he wouldn't let Gail talk that coon shit to him. Gail, I'm gonna let you. He shut Gail ass up. Gail tried to throw that bullshit in on him, and he quickly switch it. But Gail don't try that disrespectful shit with him like she would if he was a black man.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But the matter of fact, let me see if I can play it real quick for them, at least so they can hear it. Because I want people to hear, because people did. I played it on my channel earlier, and people was like, "Whoa, did he say what I think he just said?" I was like, "Yeah, that's how we know what Daniel Cameron did was put." I will agree with Crump on that one thing. The motherfucker put his thumb on the scale.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one thing I will agree with. And another thing I got to let y'all know about Benjamin Crump, because everybody keeps saying he don't win no cases. His job not to win no case, y'all. Let's understand something about Benjamin Crump. All right, y'all cannot like him or you can like him. I don't really care. My whole thing is I want you to understand what Benjamin Crump is. Benjamin Crump is not a district attorney, so he can't get justice for real for Breonna Taylor. Let's be honest. He cannot lock those cops up. He can't try those cops. He can't do nothing to them cops. All he could do is sue them for money.
Right.
I want y'all to understand that first.
He's more like a wrongful death attorney. That's what he is. He'll get to the settlement table when it comes down to negotiating the money. That's really what he's for.
That's all he's for. So I want us to stop looking at him like he gonna get some results. He's not the guy. You got to go after these attorney generals and these state prostitutes.
Yeah. You know what annoys me about him, LVZ. How you doing, KD? Shalom.
Shalom, Lisa. What's up, VZ? How y'all doing tonight?
All right. Hey, you know what annoys me about him, LVZ? He got a terrible speech impediment.
That's what bothers me too. I don't want no nigga out here talking. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
This Breonna Taylor and George Floyd, these things have to change. lot of people. Nah, nigga, no.
I gotta say what's slightly worse than that is damn hairline. His hairline's effed up.
Yeah, that too. But that every time he get to a mic, I cringe because I know it's gonna sound terrible.
Oh, nigga, this can't be our best and our bright. Hey, look, please make me wish for the talented Tampa when I hear this nigga.
Yeah.
Of a police officer.
Okay, all right, here you go.
Charged with attempted murder of a police officer.
I can hear it.
But those charges were later dropped. He is now suing the Louisville Metro Police, claiming misconduct. Joining us now is Stephen Romines, one of Walker's attorneys. Thank you, Mr. Romines, for joining us this morning. I want to start with the Attorney General's findings that the police were justified in shooting because they say your client shot first. What do you say to that?
Well, in every other situation in Kentucky, a justification of self-defense is determined by a jury. And it should be in this case as well. When we start letting elected politicians determine by prosecutorial fiat who should be charged and who shouldn't, then we are going down a very dangerous road. It is the exact opposite of the way our criminal justice system should work. And unfortunately, it happens oftentimes in police shooting cases that the prosecutors say, well, the police were acting in self-defense. The police do not have any higher right to self-defense than any ordinary citizen does in Kentucky.
Yeah, because Stephen, isn't your client saying he was acting in self-defense? When you listen to his 911 call, he clearly didn't know that they were police officers.
Absolutely not. And that is why the case was dismissed against him, was that he was reasonably acting in self-defense. And he's in his own residence. So he has a presumption that he's acting in self-defense. We've got a dozen neighbors who were interviewed by police as well, who said they never heard the police announce that they were police. There's no question they were beating on the door, but they never announced as police. Attorney General Cameron said, well, the two police said they announced. So we're going to start taking the word of the targets of the investigation as exculpatory.
But they also said, Stephen, they also said they had a witness who said that they heard the police announce themselves.
Yes, and that witness, Gail, was interviewed by the police 3 days after this happened initially. And he stated, I did not, exact words, did you hear them announce as police? He said, I never heard anyone announce as police. He was subsequently interviewed 2 more times over the next month by law enforcement, LMPD law enforcement, and he eventually says, yeah, I may have heard them announce they were police. In fact, I saw a uniformed police officer. That's after the shooting had already occurred.
There seems to be some confusion too, Stephen, about the ballistics in this case. What do you know about that? What the ballistics shows
I know the ballistics done by. I know what the ballistics done by the Kentucky State Police show, and that it was whether or not Kenneth Walker's shot hit Sergeant Mattingly. It was inconclusive. I've got the documents, and Attorney General's got Cameron's got the documents as well. But I don't know why he wants to play these games about talking about small portions of the evidence and not releasing the entire file. Release the entire file and let people make their own decisions, which is the same thing of indict them, apply the presumption of innocence, apply the rule of reasonable doubt, let them go to trial, and if they're acquitted like everybody else, fine. But do not, by prosecutorial fiat, say they're innocent, they're exonerated, and I'm going to decide they don't get prosecuted.
Well, there is still
the thing about it is, Gail.
Yes, sir.
Is the issue of self-defense justification in Kentucky law does not apply when you kill a third party. If they're acting in self-defense on Kenneth Walker, as they claim, they don't get to kill Breonna Taylor as well.
All right.
And that's the loss.
That's the part I wanted to end on right there, Lisa. Did you hear that?
Yes.
He said, and for those who didn't hear, self-defense does not apply to a third party. So if you're trying to defend yourself from me and you pull out a weapon because you think I'm an imminent threat, you don't get to shoot KD. You don't get to shoot Lisa and True Royal too, talking about I'm the fucking threat.
Right.
So when Daniel Cameron made that statement that a wonton soup or whatever the fuck he gave him is all he could give him, that was a lie.
Right. Yeah.
Was a lie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And don't count on, if they send this case to the DOJ, sometimes they do that. William Barr have never sided with Black people once since he's been in the DOJ heading it.
He didn't.
He's not doing anything for Breonna Taylor either. He got that track record.
Yep, he is shit. So, and then I want y'all to also hear when the man said that the ballistics for the shot that Kenneth Walker fired that hit the police officer, that came back inconclusive. For those who don't understand why that's a major point, that might mean Kenneth Walker didn't actually shoot a cop. One of
the other cops could have shot him.
Exactly.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And my thinking of it is, how could they figure all that out while they was doing the shooting in the damn dark? How did they even know that was him?
Right. And in order for them to shoot into that apartment the way they did above hers, they shot from the outside. They had to. Mm-hmm. So that's why them bullets went everywhere.
It's like they sitting up there trying to track. How do they track their own bullets? That's impossible when you do that in the dark.
No, Black Reality just sent me the picture to my phone.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Liz, I just saw it. Oh my God. It's so funny, man. It's so funny to me. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me get back. Let me get my shit back. Okay, now you Karen. You fucked up, shape up, cool. God damn. Look, y'all, we can't vote for motherfuckers. They put horseshoes on their head and then just give them a shape up. You can't vote for nobody like
that. Yeah.
Right. It looks like he got the damn horseshoe stuffed on his head.
Yeah, that's where they sat it to shape him up, KD. They put that right there, then grabbed the protractor.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. All right, y'all. We're going to listen to what Daniel Cameron said in the press conference. So I'm going to start it and stop it so that we can talk about what he's saying in between. All right. All right. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you. All right. Give me a 1 if you can see my screen. And then we'll go ahead and get started. Yeah, you're right. Clan jury. Yeah, it was a clan jury. You know, I know a lot of people that call Kentucky Clan-tucky.
Mm-hmm.
All right, give me a 1 if you can see my screen. And then I'll go ahead and get started. Okay, thank you. All right, come on. I'm gonna play. Okay, here we go.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today. I know that many in Louisville and across the Commonwealth and country have been anxiously awaiting the completion of our investigation into the death of Miss Breonna Taylor. Prior to this announcement, I spoke with Ms. Palmer, Breonna Taylor's mother, to share with her the results from the grand jury. Many of you in this room know that I had the opportunity last month to meet in person with her and other members of Ms. Taylor's family, including Ms. Bianca Austin and Ms. Janiyah Palmer. I want to once again publicly express my condolences. Every day, this family wakes up to the realization that someone they loved is no longer with them. There's nothing I can offer today to take away the grief and heartache this family is experiencing as a result of losing a child, a niece, a sister, and a friend. What I can provide today are the facts, which my office has worked long and hard to uncover, analyze, and scrutinize since accepting this case in mid-May. I urge everyone listening today to not lose sight of the fact that a life has been lost, a tragedy under any circumstances.
What?
Before my office as the special prosecutor in this case was not to decide if the loss of Ms. Taylor's life was a tragedy. The answer to that question is unequivocally yes. There is no doubt that this is a gut-wrenching, emotional case, and the pain that many people are feeling is understandable. I deeply care about the value and sanctity of human life. It deserves protection. And in this case, a human life was lost. We cannot forget that. My job as the special prosecutor in this case was to put emotions aside and investigate the facts to determine if criminal violations of state law resulted in the loss of Ms. Taylor's life. This included examining the actions of Sergeant Jonathan Mattingly, Detective Brett Hankinson, and Detective Miles Cosgrove, the three officers who fired the weapons in the early morning hours of March 13th. In working with our federal partners on this case, it was determined that while we would share information to advance our respective investigations, we must also maintain some level of separation to ensure the integrity of each investigation. When examining issues regarding potential civil rights violations, we determined that any such violation are better addressed through a federal-led investigation, and issues involving potential criminal acts concerning the shooting are better addressed by a state-led investigation. With this in mind, our investigation focused on the events that took place in Ms. Taylor's apartment on March 13th.
All right, let me stop right there. We know this dude is full of shit, right? Part of their investigation, y'all, was trying to get Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, Jamarcus, to take a deal by implicating her as part of his criminal crime ring. And he was just dealing drugs, you know?
Right.
But he was trying to get them. That same DA that you're listening to was trying to get him to take a deal of giving him probation instead of 10 years behind bars.
Nah, Lisa, that was Thomas Wine. I learned that from Professor Black Truth today. Thomas Wine, he's a white Democrat who was with Daniel Cameron to try to get Jamarcus to lie. I thought it was Cameron too, but it's some guy named Thomas Wine.
Wow.
He the one that was work. Now keep in mind,
he's the governor.
Cameron's a Republican, y'all.
He's the governor. He's a governor. He's the governor.
You talking about Bashar?
No, he's talking about Wine. Wine is the governor of Kentucky.
Who, Thomas Wine? I thought he was the DA.
Hold on. I thought he was the governor. Hold on. Let me just look. It won't take
I think it's Bashar. I think Bashar the governor.
Or whatever his name is.
Okay. Well, let me just look him up. But go ahead. Keep talking.
So what they said was that this Wine character to help Daniel He the one that was trying to lock Jamarcus up, like you say, Lisa.
Right.
Now, you talking about drugs. What do y'all think he was selling, y'all?
Mm-hmm.
They's never told us what he's selling. They
No.
just keep telling you drugs. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Because when they keep saying the mail, and Professor Black Truth said, who would send dope through the mail? No, you don't send dope. You send weed through the mail. People be sending weed through the mail. I know this for a fact. They just caught like 5 years ago the mayor of a little small town, Berwyn Heights, here in Maryland, in PG County. They accidentally sent 66 pounds to his house.
Okay, yeah. Thomas Wine worked in the Attorney General's office.
Right.
Commonwealth of the 30th Judicial Court System in Kentucky.
So listen to this, y'all. Thomas Wine is a motherfucking...
And he's a judge. He's a judge, too.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So this the son of a bitch, y'all, that was going after her boyfriend. And her boyfriend's supposed to be such a crime kingpin, y'all, that he decides to let him go for him to lie on a dead person.
Mm-hmm.
That don't even make sense. If this guy is such the drug lord, why do you need to let him go to lie on a dead person? Right. If he lies on, okay, if he said, let's think about it, y'all. If he says Breonna Taylor was involved, you can't arrest her.
Right. Right.
So
that would be strictly to clear the cops.
Exactly. This makes no sense.
It would be for no other reason, just to clear all three cops. That was the purpose.
And I think that's what this sham ass setup was all about.
Yeah, but it still don't make sense that they went to her house and they had arrested Jamarcus the night before.
Right.
So it don't make sense that they even went to her house.
Yeah, go busted in her door at the middle of the motherfucking night when the guy that you wanted is already locked up. Right. What you saying? You looking for evidence? You can't wait until the morning when the girl gotta go to work. You know she got a job. You say she been under surveillance for 2 months. If she been under surveillance for 2 months, why y'all don't got no video of that?
Because they didn't find nothing. They didn't find nothing. They didn't find nothing. You know, right. In fact, Jamarcus said after him and Breonna broke up, they remained good friends. In fact, he got locked up and she actually bailed him out.
Yeah.
Got him out of jail. But
I was showing that
friends.
I remember you had said that, and I was telling people that's why he can't lie on her. She was good to him.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing, y'all, the man was selling weed. Okay. Yeah. That's what I believe. I truly believe with my whole heart that they trying to make you think that this dude's a bad guy by saying drugs, but never really saying what the drug is.
Right. Mm-hmm. And aren't they legalizing weed in the country? But they still trying to lock up the black man over weed.
Lisa, and Kentucky is one of them states that they do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame. It's the same shit with the Second Amendment. They try to, hit his boyfriend up, by having a gun, but yet Second Amendment is legal.
Right.
Right. Shit.
And the thing is, Kenneth Walker did not have a record either. And I think that pulled them up. They wanted to find something on him. They were butt sore that he shot one of them cops.
That these white motherfuckers will keep talking to me about, oh, she was with a drug dealer. She had drug money, and they didn't find no money.
They didn't find no drugs. They didn't find no money. But they think they can talk a lie into existence. They've always been like that.
But even if they were, how the hell you gonna find the shit in the dark? Nobody can see.
KD, you know how it is. When it's one of us, anything goes. When the same cops are... Go ahead.
Before I block this asshole, she was dating a quote-unquote square. Kenneth Walker did not have a fucking record, dumb motherfucker. Now
No,
y'all get
he's
this
clean.
asshole out the chat room before I get him out. Y'all see him. He right above CC 712. CC, banish him. Talking that dumb shit. Is she a victim of her own shit?
No, that's a devil. I can tell you. You can tell by the way it sounds.
And then even with his ex-boyfriend, I'm like, so what? People sell that shit on the low. That don't automatically make him a criminal.
Please, you
I'm
go
like, what
over
the
to
hell?
so what? You go over to the dark web, and white people are selling opioids, fentanyl, meth.
Right.
They're selling all that shit on the dark web. So don't come over here trying to act like y'all squeaky clean and everything. Y'all deal drugs more than the average black man. Come on.
Now,
And then
look at the extent that white.
and then on the low low, they try to make weed so fucking horrible and shit. I'm like, they act like weed is the worst fucking thing in the world. I'm like, get the fuck out of here with that.
Katie, let me tell you something. Their asses are in the marijuana business right now.
So yeah, that's a
Becoming
cop
millionaires. So if they are repulsed by it, they wouldn't be selling it like they
That's
do.
a cop out. This
No,
cocksucker
what I
just
was saying is that they living off they double-minded side and everything. They want to sell it and act all innocent, but on the other side, want to stump it as the worst thing in the world.
Well, my shit is that this cracker just said, no evidence don't mean innocent. Huh? You didn't say that about your president.
Sure didn't. And all kinds of shit's been coming out about Trump and raping women and everything.
Right. You don't say that about none of the white criminals, and we be having evidence. So we got evidence against the cop.
And we all know he got a long history of being a pedo.
Right. And the fact that y'all try to act like you got some morals when the history shows how immoral you've been all the way up until now, is just downright laughable. But every time, it's a black man or woman that is caught up in something, all of a sudden these people act like they got a flawless record and can talk shit on this black person as if they don't have 500 years
right.
Every crime known to mankind in their background.
If that was really the case, the world wouldn't be in such damn sorrow right now.
The world is in horrible shape. America's in bad shape, KD. You got to look at 8 months of them of not even getting 1 ounce of control over COVID for 8 straight months.
But yet claim they can control everything else. They have not controlled one damn pandemic ever since they got here.
Right. And
not one.
8 months COVID has been going strong, and these people still trying to act like they are the creators of everything. They invented everything. They know everything. They can do everything. They can run everything. And these 8 months are showing us otherwise. Plain and simple. It is.
This the funny shit, right? Why y'all talk about COVID? Because I said that to Lisa and True Royal earlier this week, the stats. A lot of y'all might have saw that post I put up that motherfucker, more police are dying from COVID than gunshots.
Yep.
35 police have died this year over gunfire. 112 have died from COVID-19. Bullets been hit way longer than the virus.
Sure is. Right. So if you are so brilliant, how come you can't stop your cops from dying from COVID? They're dying. They're dying. Okay. They are dying. So
they said nationwide 203 cops have died, 112 have died from the coronavirus.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then one thing I was noticing, right? They ain't even got no damn mask on, so they spreading this shit while they complain about it.
Well, KD, that's why nobody wants these Americans in their country. They're watching what they're doing. I'm not wearing a mask. I know my rights. I know my rights. That's why they don't want their germy asses up in their country spreading that shit.
Yeah, and you have the right to say
Yeah, at this rate, Americans are never going to be able to travel in certain places.
Niggas can't get to Canada.
I think that's already the case right now.
Niggas can't get to Canada. I mean, white folk can't go to Canada. That nigga Drake is stuck. He can't get that nigga Drake stuck like a motherfucker. He can't come. If he come down here, he can't get back in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
He gonna be stuck in the 6 forever.
So, I mean, really, at this rate, like I said, Americans going to have a hell of a time traveling. Because, I mean, the whole world is watching what's going on over here, and they are shaking their heads. They can't believe what they're looking at. And see, America been talking all that tough talk all around the globe. And look at you now. Look at you now. I'm serious. Look at you now. And y'all never forget 2 things. This happened on their watch. It happened when Donald Trump was the president, and they're never going to be able to shake that.
Yeah, I'm about to say all that. Look, fuck it. Look, we know what we can blame on Jim Crow Joe. Jim Crow, he did that. Crime bill, he did that. But COVID virus, no, this Donald Trump's. That's Donald Trump.
This is his baby for real. Yeah, this is baby for real.
Yeah, y'all, get the right white man now. Get the right devil his due.
Yeah. So,
but it's also exposing through this COVID how lawless this damn cesspool is. It has become more lawless in the past 8 months too.
Yeah, that's true. This is a reflection on them. This is a stain they're never going to get rid of worldwide. The world has a whole different, go read some of the stories out there. The world has a whole different perspective about America now. They don't see America in the highest regard like they used to. They're looking at America and shaking their heads. They don't know how to make
I'm gonna take it a little further. There's actual countries that's actually looking at America and laughing at America as a joke.
Yeah.
Russia, one of them. Why you think they doing all that shit? They like, we can't believe this is guy. He's such an idiot.
They're even talking about, look at America's in a weakened state. You can attack them now. They can't fight back. They're talking about this country is so sick with COVID, they could probably come in here and invade us now.
Look, but the only problem with that, you might get sick and die trying to invade us. With
you
all
might get. That's right. Because America got
make no damn sense.
Yeah, America got a history of germ warfare. You're right about that. All right, y'all. We're gonna continue on with this. With Oreo here. We're gonna finish with his press conference.
The only problem with that, you might get sick and die.
In the months since taking this case,
I don't know what they just did to me, Lisa. I'm ready to leave and come back.
All right.
200 years of combined career experience, conducted a thorough investigation to better understand the events that led to Ms. Taylor's death. The team is here with me today. I want to personally and publicly thank them for their tireless work. These men and women are true public servants who for months have shown up every day with a desire for one thing, and that is to seek the truth.
Let me see if LVZ comes back. All right, let me just go on. If he comes back, I'll try to get him back on. It's just hard because I can't really see when I have this playing.
We decided we would examine materials gathered by LMPD's Public Integrity Unit. We would need to conduct our own independent investigation and start from scratch in the interest of thoroughness, fairness, and finding the truth. There was no video or body camera footage of the officer's attempted execution of a search warrant at Ms. Taylor's residence. Video footage begins at the point that area patrol officers arrive at the location. Therefore, the sequence of events from March 13th had to be pieced together through ballistics evidence, 911 calls, police radio traffic, and interviews. We utilized information from the Kentucky State Police, local medical examiners, as well as working with the FBI crime lab in Quantico to secure a trajectory analysis and ballistics report. Our team conducted interviews in this case and spent thousands of hours examining all of the available evidence. We concluded our last interview in this case this past Friday and began our grand jury presentation on Monday. As long as the case is making its way through our legal system, I can only speak in general terms about our independent investigation and findings. As the prosecutor, I'm prohibited by the Kentucky Rules of Professional Conduct from making public comments that could in any way prejudice this case as it moves forward. Each state has different rules about what prosecutors can and cannot say. The Kentucky rules are clear that I'm prohibited from making comments that could sway public opinion or heighten public condemnation of those involved in the case. These are crucial rules to ensure due process under the Constitution. When prosecutors prematurely release information about the case to the public, it can risk justice by poisoning the jury pool, violating the accused's rights to a fair trial, and even jeopardizing the final verdict. The success of our legal system is predicated on the principle that the accused is innocent until proven guilty. Despite passions, opinions, and desire for every detail to be known, the rule of law must apply. Justice must be done. In the early morning hours of March 13th, officers from LMPD executed a search warrant at 3003 Springfield Drive.
Now, okay, here we go. LVZ is back. All right, so he's talking about they executed a search warrant, and it was based on a lie. They actually lied to the judge in order to get that search warrant for Breonna Taylor's apartment.
Exactly.
LVZ, are you there? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the shit that's pissing me off, sis. That nobody is bringing that up. Why? Yeah. Everybody keeps talking about, hey, he had a search warrant. Yeah, they did have a search warrant. Illegally. It was a legal search warrant.
Mm-hmm.
They won't talk about that. The search warrant was not legal. They weren't supposed to have that search warrant. It was based on false information and a lie.
Right. And like I said, it makes no sense that they had to go over there, because when they arrested Jamarcus, her ex-boyfriend, they said they arrested him, they found drugs, and they found money. All right, so you found all of that. What did you have to go to her place for?
Exactly.
You know?
Some tells me it was possibly planted.
Could be. Because if you're willing to throw all of the evidence you so-called have found out, he lies on a dead person. That shit, to me, that don't sound right.
Mm-hmm. Well, he said she was a good friend to him. And he said it broke his heart when he heard about her getting killed. And he said he couldn't do that to her by putting that lie out there that she was part of what he was doing. And he refused.
And again,
go ahead.
Mark Wunderlich said this on my channel today to some asshole. He said, how the fuck you know she knew what he was doing?
Yeah.
How you know that ain't the reason she left him alone?
Mm-hmm.
For all you people talk about, she was dealing with it. How do you know she knew? That girl was an EMT. EMTs work, and I know I got a few of y'all in here. Y'all know y'all work wild hours. Y'all could work 10 to 12 to 14 hours sometimes. That girl don't got time to be following up a man who been. And if you got a woman and shit who work like that, you gonna cut that shit off when you around her because you gonna spend time with her.
Right.
And then on top of that, like that right there leaves no time for her to be dealing with that stuff. It's like, how you gonna juggle two things that take a bunch of time? It's impossible.
That's what I'm saying, KD. That's that man's life. They trying to project that man's life on her.
Right.
Now look at the standards black people gotta live at that white people don't. White people know embezzlers, they know pedophiles, they know sharks. Look, we saw Donald Trump say that he hope everything come out all right for the pedophile lady. It's okay for the president to know a pedophile, but you, a regular person in the street without as many resources, you can't know a person who was arrested for selling drugs.
Right.
You can't know that. Never mind that the place that they ship the drugs is where we at.
Mm-hmm. And y'all think about all the people that went to jail behind Donald Trump. Okay. Think about all the people who have been in jail behind Donald Trump. So Donald Trump needs to shut up. He act like he don't know criminals. What? How about what? 10, 12 people that been put in jail behind Donald Trump? Okay, please.
His whole damn family is full of criminals. I mean, he don't even look even closer to his own damn family.
Right. Well, listen to the bullshit he's been saying recently, talking about he may not leave if he lose the election. This man is crazy. But I tell you one thing, if the military got to go up there and get him out, I'm going to watch that shit. I'm going to watch it.
I mean, the military's already against him, so it's like, it don't surprise me making them statements.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's full of crap. Donald Trump and any of his supporters, it's just laughable. You know, please. I bet you they know people on opioids. Get out of here.
And then what kills me is that, you know, they talking about law and order, yet for his entire presidency, it has been nothing but lawlessness.
Yeah, well, Trump is full of crap. You can't go by nothing he say. You know, recently his own niece is suing Trump and his siblings, saying that he cut her out of her inheritance. She was supposed to get an inheritance from the grandfather, and Trump and his sisters and his brother, when he was living, was hogging up all the inheritance to the point where his brother's the oldest brother who died, children didn't even get their part of the inheritance. They just hogged up everything.
That says a lot when your parents think you a piece of shit and your family hates you. Mm-hmm. I think that should disqualify you from being the president. I'm sorry. If your family, that should be the first question they ask. Does your brothers and sisters like you? No, they hate me. They think I'm a piece of shit. Okay, you can't be president. Next guy.
Yeah, well, you know, his niece recorded his sister talking about him. And his sister said she did Donald Trump homework for him every day. She did his homework for him. But come on, listen to the way Trump talk. Trump don't sound like he got no education beyond high school. Right. He don't. There's a reason why he sound like that. That man didn't do his own work. He had his sister doing his own work and probably other people too.
But he ain't like, look, it's some people in here that's going, well, shoot, my brother used to do my homework. Yeah, your brother did used to help you do your homework. When you was in 3rd grade, 2nd grade. This woman is talking about college and high school. Donald Trump is so dumb. Remember the SAT, you get 200 points for writing your name. That nigga probably couldn't score that if it was up to him.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Wow. All right. We're going to go on, y'all.
Apartment 4. This was Miss Breonna Taylor's residence. The officers were advised by superiors to knock and announce their presence in serving this specific search warrant. The scope of our investigation did not include the attainment of that warrant by LMPD's Criminal Interdiction Division. Federal law enforcement partners are conducting that investigation. Sergeant Mattingly and Detectives Cosgrove and Hankinson had no known involvement in the preceding investigation or attainment of the search warrant. They were called into duty as extra personnel to effectuate the service of the search warrant. They only had information conveyed to them during their prior briefing. Evidence shows that officers both knocked and announced their presence at the apartment. The officers' statements about their announcement are corroborated by an independent witness who was near in proximity to apartment 4. In other words, the warrant was not served as a no-knock warrant. When officers were unable to get anyone to answer or open the door to apartment 4, the decision was made to breach the door. After breaching the door, Sergeant Mattingly was the first and only officer to enter the residence. Sergeant Mattingly identified 2 individuals standing beside one another at the end of the hall, a male and a female. In his statement, he says that the male was holding a gun, arms extended in a shooting stance.
Now, this is where it's controversial. Now, we got the people at the apartment. Remember, they had talked to 12 people, right? And out of the 12, actually in the very beginning, all 12 said they never heard the cops announce themselves, right? Now, all of a sudden, one person is claiming they heard something out of the 12.
Right.
And my thing is, they done got to that one person.
And
Well,
D,
isn't that the definition of cherry picking? Because that's exactly what I think he did.
well, of course. But D, yeah, that's what he did. You get 1 out of 12. Yeah, that's it. D, you're wrong. The Attorney General is a Republican. You're looking at him. You're talking about the district attorney that was, we just said that, Tom Wise. But stop, but D, we don't care if it's a Democrat or Republican. They're white.
Mm-hmm.
See, we don't do that. We don't do that. We don't talk about Democrats or Republicans. You know why? Because this all the same goddamn bird.
Right. When it comes down to reparations, they both agree that we shouldn't get it.
Couldn't get it. So
Yeah, man. People need to cut it out about the D and the R. It is about white and black. That's it.
That is it. Stop with that left and that right. Look, you don't do that silly shit with nothing else. You don't go the left side of that guy's cool, but the right side of that guy's an asshole. No, you don't do that. So we're not gonna do that with this.
Yeah. All right.
Sergeant Mattingly saw the man's gun fired, heard a boom, and immediately knew he was shot as a result of feeling heat in his upper thigh. Kenneth Walker fired the shot that hit Sergeant Mattingly. There's no evidence to support that Sergeant Mattingly was hit by friendly fire from other officers. Mr. Walker admitted that he fired.
Okay. So what he goes into is just the whole thing. Now, I have to agree with a lot of people and what they're saying, y'all. They're saying that the grand jury always put out actual transcript of how this, how Daniel Cameron presented the case to them. And they're saying, a lot of the legal professionals are saying they believe he got this thing pushed through because he left out a lot of details about this case. But you know, they are notorious for doing that. If you remember, they did the same thing in the case of Mike Brown.
Michael Brown. I
Any
about
of
to say,
the black eyewitnesses got excluded from the grand jury as a witness.
Listen, y'all think it was bad? Did 12 witnesses? What about the 200 and the Michael Brown?
Yeah.
And they went and got a white woman who wasn't even there and went off of her word. Bob McCullough picked her word. The bitch wasn't even there. She was just a white supremacist on the internet.
And see, that's what they do. And they were also asking that day, a lot of the legal analysts, what was the jury? Was it more women than men? Were more white, which we know it was, than black people? How many black people were on that grand jury? So far, they have released nothing publicly. Nothing.
D, you still not getting what the fuck I'm saying. My point is, who the fuck up here ever said that they were? But you act like Republicans are friends too. That's what I'm explaining to you. That's a blurred line that you're throwing out.
They push color over party. Leave that DNR shit alone.
You like that coon ass nigga I work with to talk about, man, I hope Trump hurry up and fix this stuff. I said, nigga, he the one to start, man. He not. I said, nigga, I talk about politics every day on a real level, and you gonna tell me what's real and what's not. You get the fuck on away from me, man.
Yeah.
We got niggas running around here talking about Donald Trump is going to fix things for black people.
Yeah, well, I see people, and I kid you not, they got Hebrew names, and they should know better. And they're talking about they can't wait for this place to go back to the way it was.
Well, you know what? Well, you know what, Lisa? That tells you right there. They're not legit. That tells you right there. If they're aligning themselves with this crumbling ass world, that tells you how sincere they are. They're not sincere.
Yeah, that's true. But you know, KD, in these last days, we're gonna have people that are gonna still cling to Esau, and then we're gonna have some down low people that will try to act like they don't want nothing to do with Esau, but they really want this system back. So
which really means they want to still be in this crumbling ass cesspool, and they gonna go right down with it. They gonna be found out. Watch.
Yeah. So what Cameron pretty much did, y'all, he pretty much said it is Kenneth Walker's fault that Breonna Taylor lost her life. And none of those cops should go down because of what Kenneth Walker did. He fired the first shot, but see, he didn't know who was coming through his door. He didn't know what was going on. His initial reaction is like what most men would do. Pick up a damn gun and defend yourself. Somebody's coming through the damn door.
And what this pretty much tells me is that it's really a silly argument of Second Amendment. Second Amendment is cool for them, but it's not shit for us.
Well, you know, it's just like they said, KD, when a white man picks up a gun, he is defending his rights. It's his Second Amendment rights. He's defending himself. When a black man pick up a gun, even if it's a legal gun, he's a criminal.
Right off the rip. Criminal, thug, all that.
So even if he's a legal gun owner, this system will try to criminalize him if he used that weapon to defend himself.
It ain't nothing you can look. I was just talking about that with the Stephen A. farce, talking about the problem is the law, talking about stand your ground. I brought up James McClain, the black man from Marietta, Georgia, from Kennesaw, Georgia. His son and his wife. Now Mr. McClain was a black business owner, and he had just bought a nice house in Georgia. It was a guy who was supposed to be a contractor, help fix stuff, was a white guy, had motherfucker anger issues, came and threatened Mr. McLean one time. So Mr. McLean told him don't come back. Motherfucker came back the next day with a knife threatening his son. His son called him while he at work like, hey, dad, that white man here, he just pulled out a knife on me. He was like, man, I'm on my way home. So this is all corroborated by his white next door neighbor. He comes home and sees the white man in his front yard. Tell him, look, man, go ahead, leave. Shoot a warning shot in the air. The dude had his hands in his pocket, started charging him. He told the dude, look, go ahead. Shot the dude in the chest, killed him. Lisa, the police came out there, said it was a good kill. Said, look, motherfucker was threatening him. Next door neighbor agreed with him. They didn't lock him up. 274 days later, y'all, the district attorney arrested him and gave him a 25 to life sentence. His wife had been fighting for him to get out of jail that whole time. He had a great wife, a loving wife. Unfortunately, she caught breast cancer. And 2 days before he agreed to a plea bargain of manslaughter so he could get out 7 years later, she died. So to your point, Lisa, you can be a legal, law-abiding citizen, gun owner, have stand your ground laws. The police won't even lock you up. And a motherfucker like Daniel Cameron will come get you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know, so that's what kind of got me really ticked off at Daniel Cameron, is how he tried to take every responsibility off of the cop and put it squarely on Breonna Taylor's boyfriend. You know, which makes no sense. You know, if nobody announced themselves and they coming through your door, you gonna do what you got to do.
Right. And then another thing, when is the fact of, yeah, I know it's hitting y'all. I'm looking at the chat room. It's just hitting them what I say. When is reciprocation of force ever a thing?
Right. Oh, so that's what I want to know. And I was asking that. When is it okay for a black man to defend himself? Because what y'all saying, according to the law, it's never right. It's never right for a black man to defend themselves.
Looking at all these headlines, unarmed black man, unarmed black man, unarmed black man shot in the hands of cops. But as soon as they armed, they got an issue with it.
It's just a lot of double standards.
Right. I mean, think about this, y'all. We just did a story, all us, I talked to y'all about it a few weeks ago, where a white man shooted the clerk at the cigar place in Pennsylvania because he don't want to wear a mask. Go home. The police wait for him the next day, go to his house in broad daylight, knock on the door. He shoot at them, and then they take him in alive. They don't shoot him 40 times because he shot once.
Right.
A man shot at the cops 40 times. They let the motherfucker run out of bullets and then arrest him.
Surprised they didn't take him to IHOP. Okay.
No, they took him to Denny's, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff they do. So, you know, I feel sorry for Breonna's family because I saw how her mother reacted. Oh my God, that woman broke down.
Right.
When she realized they weren't going to arrest those officers for shooting her daughter.
Right.
You know, when you see that, you feel a mother's pain when you see that kind of stuff.
Right. And you dumb niggas, stop listening to dumb nigga shit and stop repeating dumb nigga shit. The family, some dickhead gonna say, well, you know, the family said that they was okay with it after they got paid up. I said,
no,
the family
they never said that.
How the hell they gonna be okay with something that egregious? They daughter, they cousin gone forever. Ain't nobody gonna be cool with that.
Cool with that? That's what I told the dumb motherfucker. I'm telling you, I get dumb motherfuckers in my shit. I got the dumbest white people in the world coming, trying to talk shit to me And this shit is crazy. And
It
it's
is.
dumb niggas too who listen to anything white people say.
Yeah, we unfortunately got a lot in our community that still do that. Yeah, that is the truth. So, the only thing that the officer Hankinson is getting charged for is shooting into a neighboring apartment that was right above her. That
Yeah,
is
bullets in the other apartment, but not Breonna's. Man,
right.
this is bull.
Not for the bullets that went into Breonna, but the bullets that went into the apartment above her. That's
So
all they're
basically,
concerned about.
they getting charged for missing her.
Yeah, I guess so, but they didn't miss
Basically,
her. She's dead. It's a contradiction because they didn't miss her. She's dead, right?
Yeah, nah, see, that's what I'm saying, Lisa. If all those had hit her, then he wouldn't have never got that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
basically what they're saying. They like, look, nigga, look, you ain't a good cop. You supposed to fill those black people up full of holes. You left one of them alive.
Right.
So we got to give you some time for this. You shouldn't have left them alive.
Mm-hmm.
The drywall got more respect than Breonna Taylor did.
Yeah. Yeah. So nothing, and they didn't even bring up the fact that those cops turned in a blank police report. Y'all remember that?
Yep.
nothing on there, and they claiming they had all this so-called evidence. Why it wasn't on that piece of paper?
Because they were making sure those cops didn't incriminate themselves. That's why they left it blank.
Mm-hmm.
That was all to help them get off.
And that goes back to what Mushmouth and the white dude, Kenneth Walker, attorney, was saying earlier. Remember, that was the first thing he said. Why won't he release the transcripts? Release the transcripts so we can see everything.
Right. And where's the body cam videos?
Even the governor said that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Release the transcripts. And I'm just hearing somebody say it's a body cam footage of one of the shot cops. Now, how they got that, but they ain't got nothing else?
Right. Right. Makes no sense. Absolutely, it don't.
Fact. If we only had more Christopher Dorners, you right, brother. You right there.
Mm-hmm.
You right there, Rick. That's the truth. If that was the only good cop I ever knew about.
Yeah, well, Michelle Harvey, you're right. Daniel Cameron was never going to do anything. And how is the pattern. One pattern that we see with every single case is how long they're drawn out. The shooting will happen in January and they don't get around to nothing until months later, even a year later. And that's enough time for them to figure out a way to get those cops out of everything. So when you see them dragging it out, right there, they trying to get them out of everything.
And it's quite obvious they dragging it out for a cover up.
And Daniel Cameron technically should have been on the family side in this whole thing. And he took the position of being on the police officer side, just like Ferguson. It's exactly like Ferguson and in that sense.
Hey, dumbass Democrat. What do you mean not Kenneth and not anything else? Motherfucker, we didn't want Breonna to get shot. And what is it with y'all with this narrative about why Kenneth did? Why did she get shot and not him? No, that's totally the wrong question to ask. And if I see anybody else asking that question, you a coon. The fuck you mean? Why did she get shot and not him? The question is, why they in there shooting at either one of them?
Right.
Right. That's the whole thing about it. It's like, why did they go there in the first damn place?
Right. And they went there to kill. That's the thing. That was really their intention. That's why Breonna got shot all up, because that was their intention, to kill everybody that was up in that apartment.
Right.
And Kenneth just happened to live and she died, but they didn't want him. They technically didn't want him to live. Look at what they did to him. They immediately took him to jail and tried to charge him for attempted murder of a cop.
Exactly. They was gonna get that motherfucker capital punishment, dumbass.
Mm-hmm.
They was trying to get that motherfucker capital punishment beat off a leg shot.
Mm-hmm.
Despite the damn Second Amendment, that is hilarious to me.
Well,
Man, fuck the Second Amendment, KD. None of them amendments amount to us. I know what you say, but none of that shit apply to us.
Right. KD, over the years that I've been alive, they use that Constitution when it's convenient. When it's not convenient, it's like, fuck the Constitution. That's how they operate. That's how they operate up in here. If it's not convenient for them, then all of a sudden they don't recognize the Constitution. That Constitution might as well be written on paper towel with dog dew on it for the good that it does.
Right.
They don't care.
And KD, I understand what you're saying, because we people who respect laws and we respect tradition and the way things should be. On paper, the Constitution is a good document, but it's on paper. And one thing we know about
and that's my whole point, is that they promote it. They promote it as if it's actually, they actually follow it. We know damn well they don't. That was my whole point.
They follow it for them.
Yeah.
That's what Lisa was saying. They do. It's just like the law, KD. They follow the law for the law is for them. It wasn't no prisons until slaves got free.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
It wasn't. What was they doing with the rogue white people? Just, hey, you don't do that now.
Nothing.
We're gonna find you.
See, and I'm glad you brought that up, LVZ. The jails were to ensure we would always be in some form of captivity. That's what the jails were for. They never intended to put a lot of their own in there. That was to make sure we would go back into some type of form of servitude, and they used the prisons to do that.
And that's why I hate all these arguments talking about, oh, slavery was abolished. When? They talking about 1865. It's still here today. They just changed the damn language.
Right. Exactly. It never left. You know, what do they say? Slavery by another name. That's all it is. That's all it is. It never went anywhere.
I used to always say this when I was younger. I used to say, man, you work. I said, nigga, we slaves. I said, the only difference is you pick your plantation and you got to pay for your living quarters now. The first thing you need to understand about slavery, look at slavery like a tadpole. Slavery in its traditional form was a tadpole, a raw new animal just swimming in water before it metamorphosizes and grows legs. Once it grows legs, it's able to get on the ground and go through the water. It's still a fucking tadpole. Now you call it a frog. It ain't nothing different. It's the same thing. It just done got worse. It can move around better now. Mm-hmm. That's all slavery is. This big ass wart frog that we fucking stuck on. So niggas, stop this dumb shit. Oh no, you're free. You can get, man, you're free to get shot by a cop. And if you lucky, your family get 12 million.
Yeah.
See, they sell that lie to the rest of the world and all this other stuff but when they really come here, they find out it's completely different.
Right, KD. But you know what? They do find out it's different, but they don't go through the same oppression that we do. Now, they may get some things happening to them. You know, that part is true, but they don't go through the same level of oppression that we do. This is why when they come here, they end up getting comfortable and eventually they'll side with the white man. Well, I had an African come to one, and I told y'all about this. He came on one of my videos and said, I've been here for 20 years. I make 6 figures. I did this in 20 years. What the hell is wrong with you Negroes here in America? He didn't come here as a slave, right? So they ain't gonna mess with him. They don't mess with Africans like they do with us. So he's got opportunity that even we don't have. But that's how he came at me on my channel. I've been here 20 years. I make 6 figures. What's wrong with you Negroes?
It's the same. It's the same bullshit that Akon came with, and
Hey,
that's
look,
why his ass got
hold up.
canceled.
Hold up. You know what we got to hit him with, KD? I'm impressed. Why you ain't do that shit where you lived at?
Yeah, they don't do that. They run from them countries because they know they can't find jobs there. It's no good.
Tell me about the rest of your people that's doing that. Cause see, look, if you can do well in that same vein, I've been here 20 years. Yeah, you doing good. Well, shit, Oprah been here and she doing way better than you. Why can't you do what Oprah do back at your home country?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know why? Because you're a piece of shit. You got to come here and live off of what we do. The only reason you're able to come here is off the sacrifices that we made.
Exactly.
And then they exclude us from being able to get that 6-figure job. It's black people that's way more qualified and talented than your dumb African ass.
There's
And dare I say, there's a bunch of unemployed sisters with high degrees that don't even get the same damn look too.
And look, let's
Come
be
on
real.
now.
Many of us are way more qualified than Esau, and many of them will walk in the door and get to be your boss with no experience. We know.
I mean, just walk in the damn door and become a CEO.
Yeah.
Walk in the door.
And them motherfuckers will ask you how to do their job, and you will be keeping their job for them. Now, just because your African ass got on a boat and decided to eat dick and come over this motherfucker and say, oh no, sir, I will be a dick eater. That is your motherfucking prerogative. We didn't get kidnapped to be a dick eater. We didn't get off the cotton fields to be a dick eater. Nah, not no amount of money will make me a dick eater. So no matter how many figures you make, 6 figures, bitch, you could make what? You could have made $100,000, but a motherfucking house is $350,000. You still working for the man. Eat a dick.
Yes. Yeah. That's very true. So yeah, so some of them will come over here foreign, but as soon as they feel like they made it, they'll turn on us. I've seen that multiple times. I've seen it multiple times, and it doesn't necessarily have to be Africans. It's people from other parts of those regions over there too.
Oh, I got a Caribbean dude at work that's telling me, a Caribicoon at work. Oh no, I don't see what's so bad with Trump. Hey, I'm a Trump supporter. I'm like, I say, that's real disrespectful. You goony ass niggas ain't even from here. And then you can fuck up our country. We don't go to your goony ass country and start voting for all the wrong people. I don't expect you goony motherfuckers to come here and fuck it up for us.
How you doing, Tareen? Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, they'll come over here and support Trump. They don't have no problem doing that. In fact, all the stuff he done did to these Mexicans and lock them all up, and I heard, and I don't know how true it is, that they're sterilizing many of those Mexican women in the detention centers. I saw those stories out there. I didn't do them, but I saw them. But the bottom line is that shit happened to black women first. Yep. I don't recall anybody from another nation standing up for us.
But yeah, these are the same damn Hispanics that Jim Crow Joe is pandering to. Unbelievable.
Well, it don't matter if he panders to them, KD. You know why? They don't vote like black folks.
Right.
Yeah, but you know what, Lisa? They damn sure painting the narrative, even though it's bullshit.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's why, if you notice, every single election cycle, really, it's the black community they want over any other group in this place. Because we vote more than any other group. Always look at who they come to first. It's always us.
But what these Hispanics gonna fuck around and realize that they gonna treat them the same way they treated us. That's what's waiting for these dumbass.
Now, some of them already have. But the bottom line is we are always their intended target for everything.
Right. I had Hispanics coming to my channel talking about, I can't wait for Trump to win again. I said, okay, I can't wait for him too. So he can deport your ass like he did that last time.
Yeah. I have some of them come LVZ trying to defend Candace Owens to me. What's the matter with Candace? I like Candace. Yeah, okay. I'm sure you do.
Okay. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
what
you like them. You like to your ass get deported.
Hey, motherfucker, you also like to refry beans. We like to fry. We don't like to fry beans. So look, man. We don't like to fry beans the first time. Fuck you refrying them for. We never fried the shit the first time. Fuck, we gonna refry them for. Fuck out of here.
I mean, they try to fry them like they fry some damn tortillas or something.
Yeah. Wow. You know, so just know we don't technically have anybody on our side. There are some people, you know, that do come and they're down with us, but just know the majority of these foreigners that come in here, they are not down with us at all. They're
yeah,
not.
more like needle in the haystack with that theory, Lisa.
Sure. At the link, you should have had a link. I thought your name was on the email.
Yeah, it was. Hold on, I'll get it to you. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back.
You know how they be. Listen. Hey, Holmes, look, I'm voting for Trump. Look, don't never trust no motherfucking white Hispanic with a motherfucker Richard Spencer haircut. Talk about, no, I'm Latina. Then that's when they try to throw in the accent. At first they were white. Hey, look, you've got to love Trump. Like, nah, man, he right. Hey, I'm Latina. I said, nah, now you are.
They go with that whole flip flop scheme, talking about they go check white first and then check back to Latina. I know that whole flip flop scheme.
Oh, fuck, what? Well, look, I'm French. My name is Levar, and I'm telling you, fuck you. So there you go. I'm French. But either way,
You know what? I got a cousin named LeVar, and he used to get into arguments, and I used to piss him off so bad because I would call him Liver.
Damn.
He would get so mad.
You know what the worst part about, you know why he be mad? Because when you got a name with 4 letters and 5 letters, and people fuck up the pronunciation, look, and it don't be on purpose. When a nigga do that shit on purpose, it be frustrating. That's what gets you. Because I used to have teachers fuck my name up. Lever, everybody. I'm like, bitch, you supposed to be an educated woman. How you fuck this up, bitch? My name's LeVar. You can see that.
I used to just annoy him. I used to call his ass Liver. How you doing?
No, Metho. We're sick and tired of people turning on us and getting off of our backs, getting all the benefits off of our backs, and then shit on us. That's what we sick and tired of, man.
Yeah. How you doing, Tareen?
How y'all doing?
All right. Did you see that shit Tommy Lauren put out on Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh man. I got so mad I had to go on live stream with that.
What'd she say?
Oh, you didn't see it?
Because I was live when you did it. Somebody said, Lisa, live.
Oh shit. Hold on, because I'm showing y'all this.
Hey, dude, what you mean in the midst of pain, we turning on each other? Nigga, hold up. Nigga, if you don't get the fuck out my face with that bullshit, y'all niggas come over here with that shit. And just because we starting to say, man, fuck that, we gonna ease up off y'all. Now we turning. No, if you cool, you cool. But us as a group, we not fucking with y'all like that.
No, and what I was telling them, VZ, is that we sick and tired of these niggas coming over here eating off of our fucking pain and shitting on us. That's what we sick of.
Exactly, nigga. We brought you over here without hard work, and then you don't come over here with the proper respect, nigga. So no, me and you are not the same when it comes to that. Now, I got brothers.
Think about this: when Black people go to live in places like Africa, they don't go over there with that kind of attitude.
Exactly. When we look, Phil go over to Africa, you think he gonna vote for the African Trump? No, nigga. Y'all come over here and do that shit. If we go over to Jamaica, you think we gonna vote for the Jamaican George Bush? Y'all come over here and do that shit.
Right, right. And think about it too. Hold on. Let me turn that off. And the thing about reparations, you had Ilhan Omar, okay, who's Somalian, get up and say Black people didn't deserve reparations.
Yeah, and when it came to the vote, she voted no.
See, that's the kind of stuff you foreigners will do. Instead of saying, you know what, let me look at the history of what these people have been through. And then once you do your research and learn, then take a position. Y'all just take position white supremacy right off the bat.
Right. And y'all know the history. That be the thing. The thing don't be y'all don't know the history. Y'all choose not to listen and not to learn our history. But then y'all sit down here and try to teach us how to speak Spanish or some dumb shit like that. So nah, it ain't that we separating ourselves. Nah. Yeah, I mean, my bad. We are separating ourselves right now. We not turning on each other. We've always fucked with people in the diaspora all across the globe. But let's understand this. Pan-Africanism only worked from Americans going out trying to reach out to everybody else. It didn't work the other way around. Real talk.
And you know what, y'all? Let me tell you something. There was an African store around the corner from where I live. I used to go in there every so often because they would have the fresh shea butter still in the nutshell and crack it open and scoop it all out and bag it for me. And I used to really like that. One day I went in there and I must have been in the store for, I would say like 5-10 minutes. And a white woman came in there and she was looking for the shea butter. Do you know, as soon as she walked in the door, they were, oh, how you doing? Oh, let me know if you need help. Oh, and start gabbing with her. When I walked in the door, they said nothing. I was there for 10 minutes. They said nothing. They didn't bring me nothing. You know what I did when I saw that? I put everything down that I had in my hand and I left. And I never went back in there.
She turned the Karen voice on for her.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Torian, this is what they did. And they said, where's mommy? We are so happy. We see this nigger. Get out of here. You're going to steal, nigger.
Uh-huh.
Lisa had more money than that white woman. Nigger, get out of here. You're going to steal.
They did not greet me. They didn't ask me if they could help me. They didn't say shit the whole time I was in that store. And when that white woman came in there, they all dove on her to try to help her.
Hey, I like that. I like this guy. He's trying. He's going to get roasted. What countless sellouts? A lot of them countless sellouts are not from here. Let's talk. Who you talking about? Candace Owens? She ain't from here. She's got a Caribbean background. Brandon Tatum, Caribbean background. Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? You talking about Clarence Thomas?
Oh God.
Yeah, black people fuck them. Yeah, don't nobody black fuck with Clarence Thomas. Who you talking about? What? What's that bastard? Ben Carson? Yeah, we really stomped for him. But what about Joy Ann Reid? See, y'all got them on both sides, Democrats and Republicans, faking like us.
Yeah.
Keep it for real, Methos. Y'all come here and fake like y'all us. Y'all get on TV and speak for us. Half of y'all got Jamaican background, Caribbean, African. Like we can't talk. Y'all sit here and listen to us on YouTube all the time. You mean to tell me LVZ, Lisa, Tori, and we couldn't host a television program? Are you serious? Come on, dude. You kidding yourself. They using y'all tethers because y'all go with the program.
Now, Metho, one thing, let me respond. You said, and what about the countless sellouts? From here, we get on their asses all the time. We do. When people are selling out, we make countless videos about people that are selling out or doing the community wrong, and they are part of the damn community. You ever watch Tareen Don't Know You?
Right.
He does it all the time. He call our people out all the time.
You ever heard? Are you familiar with my old shit, the Coon Hunter?
I remember that trailer. That trailer was a motherfucking classic right there.
Right. We don't have a problem calling out the sellouts. We never have.
And then again, some of these sellouts, we talk about Stephen A. Smith, St. Thomas. That's not here.
Right. That's right. Oprah, don't we talk shit about her?
Yeah.
Oprah, the Mammy Supreme. You know, I got I got nicknames for days.
Right. Gail King.
Yeah, Gail Oprah Queen.
Right. We get everybody, man.
We get them all.
Nah, we don't see y'all calling out y'all coons like that. That's the thing. They come over here and start cooning. We don't go nowhere else and start tapping.
No, we sure don't. Yeah. Yeah, we don't go over to Africa and say, okay, I'm going to turn on these people in Ghana. I'm turning on these motherfuckers while I'm over here. We don't do that.
We don't go over there and join the Boers. Goddamn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like we don't even go over there and join the damn enemy over there either.
That's what I mean. We don't join the Afrikaner.
Right. We go to South Africa. We on the Afrikaner side.
Yeah, we don't do that.
We don't do that.
We don't do that. Y'all come over here and y'all do that. Y'all join the motherfucker, the American version of the Afrikaners and the American version of the Boers. Mm-hmm. We know. Mm-hmm. We don't do that. So
Tareen, did you hear Trump got a black plan? He got a Black America plan.
I saw that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a live stream on that tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll
see.
It's a load of bullshit.
Hey,
the same fool that said he don't give a shit about black folk. He got a black plan now. Man, this dude, man.
I came across an article, and I actually briefly talked about it in my live stream this evening. I'm gonna do a full video about it, where they were basically saying that the GDP for like the last 20 years literally stole $16 trillion out of our hands, because for so long, systematically, we've been shunned and shut out of so many institutions that is literally created a financial crisis for America. So right. you know how we couldn't like get like loans and housing and start businesses and stuff like that. They basically said it's added up to like $16 trillion. And what I found to be interesting is that last year, when they did like a tally of how much we would get, it came out to $16 trillion at the minimum.
Mm-hmm. I'm about to say, notice that the problem is black people don't have their reparation money, because I'm about to say that was the number.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we got to just start calling motherfuckers out. That's all.
And if you want more coons that we've been talking about, don't we talk about Charles Barkley? His ass was
it was something that just came on my phone when y'all was talking about coons just now about Charles Barkley, when Kenny Smith had decided to walk out in the middle of their segment last month on TNT, and then you got Charles Barkley up there talking about I was upset that Kenny Smith did it, and when they asked him why was he upset, he said because he didn't talk about it with us first.
Wow.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
You wasn't gonna do it, you coon ass nigga.
Mhm.
It was gonna make me look like more of a coon. Me and Shaq look like straight buck dancing.
And
Butter.
don't we talk about Terry Crews? His ass.
Oh
Terry
hell
East
yeah! It's like
Crews.
Oh, that's
countless
what I'm saying.
videos on that motherfucker.
You can't say we don't call out our own. We do all the time.
Yeah, we flame our
And
own.
sometimes if it's someone that's unexpected, sometimes it almost hurts that we have to do it, but it's like you have to do it because it's like if you don't, you just letting it slide. But some of them we get pleasure in calling them out, especially when something is about to go against them.
Now, John.
Don't forget flaming ass Billy Porter too.
Right.
Nah, hold up.
Remember John Lewis? Remember?
Right. And this man just died. We lit him up.
Good trouble.
We lit him up. He just died. Hold up. Nah, Lisa. Brother, you talk about going on our own. Nigga, I sent Ray Lewis into hiding. We ain't seen Ray Lewis since I did impression videos of him. Then we know he done seen at least a few of them because they used to reach 50,000 views.
Right. And you remember we also roasted Russell Simmons over that Harriet Tubman skit. A lot of us dragged him over that.
Made him bring that shit off the internet. Y'all got to keep it 100. We roast our people.
Yeah, we sure do.
Mm-hmm. We try. We get
that's
you
right.
in mind.
Thank you, Nook Nook. Thank you, Nook Nook. Nick Cannon. We drug his ass too. Nick Cannon.
Right after we gave him praise for telling the truth. When you don't stay on your square, we roast. So I'm sorry, homie.
And now we have a new target. At least I know I do, and that's that Jigaboon Daniel Cameron.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I got my laser sight on him.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, you know what you need to have on? You need to have your clippers on that motherfucker. Cause anybody with a shape up like that need a ball head.
Yo, come on. You know Becky don't mind that.
Damn right. Becky love a motherfucker messed up shape up. If you want to find a Becky, look, you want to always know if you see a Becky, why that nigga got a baseball cap on? Cause the worst shape up is underneath that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Notice that when you see a brother walking with a Becky, he got a baseball cap on. Nigga want to know why he is that. That's because when you go to Supercuts and Brad shapes that Negro hair up, he don't know how to give you that tight fade.
He literally looks like he just came off of a plantation like this week.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
yeah, they shaved his face and everything. Just taught him how to speak good. I'll say what you want, master. He don't say master. He says
you just
master.
had to bring him up, Lisa. You just had to show his face.
Yeah. Well, we actually went kind of dissect what he was saying. All right, everybody. I'm going to play part of what I did on Tommy Lauren. I'm not going to play the whole thing.
With the new session, because the other one pretty much welcome everybody. Shalom to you.
Let me see if I can. Okay, here we go.
In the news is when she's talking shit about black folk. It don't matter if it's a man, woman, or child. It doesn't matter the age. It don't matter, whatever their economic status is. Her comments are always the same negative thing, same repetitive negative thing. So according to her, whenever black people get killed by the cop, it's always, y'all, the black person's fault. It's always them to blame. It's never anybody else except for the black person. And she don't talk about no other group like she talks about black folk. Let's face it, y'all. Tommy Lauren career would be dead if black people weren't around for her to talk about. In fact, she wouldn't have a career at all. Black people make her career. We make her career what it is today. So this came out on September 24th, 2020. This is the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Tommy Lauren's comment that Breonna Taylor happily, comfortably resisted arrest brings ire.
Now, you see how Black people get arrested in this country, right? How the hell do you comfortably and happily resist arrest? How the fuck do you do that and you're part of the Black community and you're up against some white devil cops? Okay, so her statement is dumb in itself.
Now, we know Breonna died in her hallway. She never even made it to the door to resist arrest from anybody. So her comment is dumb altogether. And she is just jumping on the bandwagon of the attorney general that is blaming Kenneth Walker for the whole thing. And that whole thing is definitely not Kenneth Walker's fault. But see, they've been running these scams on the public to think and feel this way for a very long time. It's just not panning out like it used to. So, you know, quite naturally, she got dragged pretty bad, y'all, out on Twitter. So we know all the protests and everything. And quite frankly, I think she crops up because she, like many bigots among her group, as soon as we get attention, they got to crop up to try to take attention away. You know, it just disturbs them to no end that this Black woman, her death has reached the entire country. Not only did it reach the whole country, it reached the entire world. And they see this. So now it's time to jump in with her useless face to tell us some opinion that nobody asked or asked for. Okay, who was looking for Tommy Lauren about anything? No damn body. Okay, nobody was looking for her. All right, so let's get to this. So on Twitter, she wrote, "It's not an officer's duty to gamble with her life so that you can comfortably and happily resist arrest," right? But you can best believe that did not go unnoticed. People came out big against her on this one. They did on Twitter. You know, because this woman, she really seriously is nothing without Black folks. She's nothing without us. So that's what she wrote on the 23rd. And I like some of the tweets that people came at her and said. So there was somebody by the name of Unicorn Love. And it says, "Tommy Nazi Barbie believes right to bear arms and protect yourself when it's white people bearing arms and protecting themselves. If people of color does the same thing, it's criminal. The officer's duty is not to gamble with anyone's life." I agree with that. Another person, Jay Railing, "Tommy Lauren is not a white supremacist. It's just he's being sarcastic. It's just a coincidence that in every high-profile case where someone ends up being killed, she decides that the Black person is the one that was wrong." I said, yeah, that's true. So another person by the name of Noor Known to Life said, "It's not a citizen's duty to have her life gambled with, so a supposedly trained officer can get scared and happily and comfortably kill them. These officers are so scared these days that they can only reach for their firearms." So she then wrote another tweet. It's your right to mourn the loss of Breonna Taylor. It's your right to demand an investigation. It's your right to be angry with the charges or lack thereof. It is not your right to riot, loot, and burn. And it is not your right to attack innocent officers. So she's doing this on purpose, y'all. She is doing a Karen act right now. She's being Karen. See, anything in the eyes of Karen that Black people do is wrong, right? So Tommy is playing that role big time out on Twitter. Anything we do, even if we are not directly involved in the wrongdoing, it is our fault, in her opinion.
All right. So that's part of what I said. So I mean, this video is only 11 minutes long, but this is what I did on Tomi Lahren today, especially when I saw what she had put out on Twitter. So, you know, I mean, the only other person I saw put something out was Willie D. So
you know what I was going to say, sis? I was going to say, guess what? You know the only thing about that, the dumbest thing about with that, because you was right. I said, damn, Lisa, it was one thing you missed on that. There's one problem about that. She comfortably, happily resisted arrest. They weren't there to arrest her.
Right. And how could she be arrested if she was gunned down? And
right.
She never made it to the door. So
yes, exactly. She didn't know what the hell she was talking about as usual.
That's what I was about to say. See, all of that shit, I was listening. I was like, hold up. You stupid bitch.
She hates Black people so bad that she completely like twisted up the narrative. Nobody was arrested. The only person that was arrested was Kenneth Walker. Right. And that was after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't there to arrest him either. They were there for a search warrant to look for some evidence that the dude had. They weren't. Remember, that warrant doesn't have anybody's name on it.
Right.
Remember that. And see, y'all, look, we get past it. Sometimes we miss shit because it's other glaring shit, but that's the first thing that I'm catching. Like, hold up, bitch. What you mean? Resist arrest. If they not there to arrest me, they was just there to do a search warrant. If you there to search, why you need a no-knock?
Right. Well, see, that's why I said her comment was dumb.
Yeah, it wasn't none of that was on base. It was just racist.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was just to be a troll and racist.
Anytime if it's a high profile person like Beyonce, remember she was trying to go after Beyonce, or it's a high profile case involving a Black death, this is when he crops up. That's why I said exactly. Black people.
Exactly. That's the same, and that's the same thing that Candace Owens be doing.
Yeah.
They wait for a high profile case or a high profile person to go after. Now, I'm no fan of that damn beehive because I think all of them are sick. But if they do happen to go after them, I say tread lightly because that beehive, once they activate, they don't stop. They'll get your ass ran up off of social media. That's what I'm hoping. That's why I'm hoping that Candace Owens goes after or tries one day to go after Beyonce, just so I can just sit back and watch the sparks fly because they gonna go in on her because most of them probably don't even like her anyway.
Yeah,
she not do that. She ain't stupid. Cause she's so out to Tommy. Why you think Tommy's so tucked away now? She went after him.
And Tomi Lahren didn't a couple months ago get on a video and was complaining about how she can't find a man, how she has the qualifications to have to find a man. Her friends are qualified, but they can't find a man, and now she's still talking this shit here.
Yeah, she sure did.
Why. That's why, cause y'all bitches, cause y'all some racist hoes. Even Brad don't want to deal with that. Hell, I can't even bring you around my Black friend. Stupid shit.
Pull up Karen videos. Watch how many white people got Karen videos. They got more Karen videos than Black people got up.
I know, because they made it up.
White men made that up.
White people made it up.
Yeah.
They made it up. They know what a Karen. I remember one day when the Karen got mad and said that Karen was like the N-word. I looked at that shit on Twitter it was so many white men like, Karen, go to bed. I was laughing like, I said, damn, they made it up for their own woman. Just like I told the motherfucker, I said, look, if I call you Peckerwood, that don't make me racist. You can't make up your own racial slur.
But do you know what, Tareen? I had a white dude come on one of my Karen videos and said, I am so happy you're doing these videos. I hate that bitch too. I was like, damn.
Yeah, like you're right, Lisa. Like if you go and look on YouTube and like type in Karen compilations, because there's so many. That's why I keep telling people, look those up. If you want a good laugh, just look those up, because you'll be surprised by how many encounters that she has with other white people. I've actually seen more encounters of her with white people than with us. And it just shows you right there that even they are tired of them. And it's like Karens of all ages. Like you have, mainly middle-aged and elderly for the most part. That's because I always said that the white woman has many phases. Like she goes through her phase when she's a child. I said when she's a child, that's her Hannah stage. When she's a teenager, that's her Heather stage. When she's in her 20s, that's her Becky stage. When she's in her midlife, that's Karen. And when she's older, that's like Gertrude. So she goes through phases. But all of them literally almost the same.
Let me break it down, and then you say the names. All right. So from birth to 16, that's what?
No, from birth to maybe like 10 or 12.
Okay.
That's 12.
12. Birth to 12. That's Hannah.
Yes.
From 13
to 17 or to 18, that's Heather.
Heather.
And from 19 to
like
28.
30 or maybe 30, maybe 30.
28. 28. 19 to 28. That's Becky.
Yeah.
And from 29 to 41, that's Karen. From 41 to 52, that's who?
Gertrude.
Okay. And from 52 on up, that's Gretchen. So there we go. That's Agnes. That is Agnes. That's what it is. That's Agnes.
Agnes.
But like I said, those are the phases. That's like I said, those are the phases that they all go through. But every phase that they go through, even though they're getting older, is something there that can be carried over through each phase that links back to her behavior. Yeah. And I'm talking about like they be acting ridiculous in these videos over the most minuscule things. It's crazy. Like, but all I can do is just like I sit back and laugh, because that's the element that their man has provided for them. And I said it pretty much, like when they gave them feminism, that was the birth of the Karen right there. They just didn't have a name for it.
You know what feminism really is? The white man just finally letting them argue and listening to it. That's for real. Normally, a brother and a sister get into an argument, some motherfucking arrangements have to be made. The brother gonna have to make some changes, or some changes gonna be made either way. When a white man and a white woman argue, that's it. I've said it and that's enough. And then he back smack her. That shit used to be in the movie. Black and white movies all the time. But it's a joke with Ronald Reagan smacking the shit out of bitch. Wow, this is an old movie. Ronald Reagan open palmed the bitch. Wham! Bitch better have my money. That's where it come from. So women's feminism was the white woman swinging back. Why the black woman? Look, what that white woman say? She was mad at black women because they didn't want to join, because they was like, shit, we got power in our community. We don't. Us? Shit. Niggas want to stay out of jail. We listen to sisters, goddammit. So that's some bull. We don't have this.
They follow us everywhere. Let me tell you something. You're talking about, I think we got some Caucasoid agents in here. We always do. They follow us everywhere we go on social media. Look, when I signed up for Black Junction, they followed my ass over to Black Junction.
Yep,
Okay.
they did.
I remember it was a video that came out a few years ago where you had this. I'm trying to think. What I guess you can say she was in the Becky stages of her life, where she had to be carried out of some kind of sporting event or something like that. Y'all might have seen the video, but she had to be carried out of some kind of sporting event at a college, and she was acting so uh, Becky like that she ended up hitting the black security guard across the face.
Oh, I
He looked
remember
back.
that.
He looked back at her and knocked her ass back. Her head popped back like a Pez
That was at a
dispenser.
baseball. That was at a baseball game. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it was. I remember that shit. Dude said, hold up, bitch. Whap! What's wrong with you?
Knocked her ass out because she was she was knocked out.
Right. Fuck wrong with you? Well, you fucking hit her. The bitch fucking hit me.
Yeah.
And now they just recently came out with one where you had a white chick who didn't want to wear a mask outside in the open, and the black security guard had to tase her ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
I saw that too.
I'd have fried that bitch. What you say? You wish you had that mask on now, don't you? Fuck that. Look, that's like when my man Afro Man was doing the concert and Becky
saw
just
that. I love that.
Lisa, my soul left my body when I saw her slap her. I said, yeah, Afro. Look, I tried to buy anything Afro Man online. I don't even like none of the songs. I'm still, that's a good job. I said, but boy, you let that bitch know. Don't run up on me. Man, she bounced off the ground. You ever seen that, Tori?
What's that?
When Afro Man, when the Becky jumped on stage, Afro Man was performing. Becky ran up behind him. He had no idea who the fuck was behind him. That brother got nervous like a brother from the hood would, and he turned around and open palmed that bitch. Wham! I mean, she bounced off the ground.
I remember
like a video game character.
Yeah, he flew through the drums. Someone, whoa! I said, yeah! And Vlad, bitch ass, gonna try to make it seem like, I mean, Afro Man. I mean, what he did was right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I stand with Afro Man with my bald head ass.
Yeah, I remember that. That was actually kind of funny.
Right. What's wrong with y'all? Slap that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the feeling like, you know, when if you encounter something like that, you feel like you're doing this for your ancestors that weren't able to put hands on these individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you're trying to keep it that way, Tareen. They trying to keep it that way. That way you get punished more than anybody else in the society for doing anything to them.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all see the fiasco? I mean, what a fiasco. Did y'all see the brothers band together? Shouts out to West Coast Cam and Royce the 5'9", Lord Jamar. Who else? Said Lupe Fiasco said fuck them. Dame Dash. They said fuck Vlad TV for that bullshit trying to misquote Minister Farrakhan. And the reason I'm bringing this up, Lisa, you know, I was watching Life the other day, y'all, and I'm gonna tell you, Life is a lot of metaphors for Black people, and I'm gonna give you one. Hop and Bob. We not turning on each other. Shit, we with each other. Hop and Bob, y'all. Think about this. Hop and Bob and balls. Most niggas got the hop and bob mentality. Tell them about the gun line, boy. Tell them about the gun line. They always want to tell you about, they always want to enforce boss rules. All they want to do is enforce boss rules and fuck up your dreams. I mean, literally, fuck up your dreams. If you think about it on Life, the security guard fucked up their dreams.
Yeah.
You already in prison. He in prison with you. That was the other thing about life. That motherfucker dude Hoppin' Bob was in jail with them. And he was fucking up their life doing shit for balls. That's a lot of black people's mentality. They do shit for balls and fuck up other brothers' mentalities and dreams. We need to be more like boss though. And what was boss mentality? You walk across the gun line, you get shot. You run across the gun line, you get shot. You spit, you trip and fall, you so much as stick your Johnson across the gun line, you will get shot. We got to start having that attitude as a community. You cross the line, you get shot. They do that with us. Why you think Nick Cannon had to apologize? He didn't have to apologize. He chose to apologize because they felt like he crossed the line, and then he tripped and fell across that line. We don't care, nigga. You gonna apologize? Well, we have to set that rule from now on too. Just like when that's why when Moist Mike tried that shit with Lisa, and all the motherfuckers tried that shit with Lisa. I was like that. You got to apologize. It's a line you cannot cross. Either you apologize or we destroy you and you don't exist anymore. One or the other. Either way, I win. We have to be like that with other people. And Vlad TV is a good starter. Vlad TV is everybody else Moist Mike. Moist Mike was my starter, but Vlad TV should be everybody else's starter. We should not be fucking with him. If you want to see your favorite artist interview somebody, YouTube their name, put their name in the search, and look for an interview. But don't watch Vlad TV, please.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And somebody had asked me if I watched him. I said no. I to be honest with you, the whole time I've been on YouTube, I can't say that I really sat through a whole video even once.
Yeah, you know, if it wasn't for like you or Town, Biz, and for the most part, most of the people who are in the LDBC, I probably wouldn't have peeped I call him DJ Vladimort, you know, he who shall not be named. I wouldn't have peeped like how he was, and then see for myself what kind of person this guy really is.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. You know, I mean,
and you saw what they did.
Go ahead.
And you saw in LBZ, you saw what they did the other day when Town was trying to have me, you, 7, 8, and him on a panel talking about him, and the stream started messing up.
They start doing that to a lot of streams that start talking to him. Everybody that tried to have one in the LDBC, we tried to do a group one. And everybody that tried it, their stream messed up.
Wow.
Yep. So I mean, we understand Vlad.
That man moves like a Hydra agent.
Hey, seriously. Hey, I remember I used to do videos, right? Back in the day. If I showed one clip of the video, my video would just get taken down.
Wow.
And I was like, damn, that quick? I'm like, damn. Well, fuck it. Because I did like a 15-minute video one time of how Vlad, I said, this motherfucker always do that. He take black people words and twist them and try to get them to say some shit he didn't say. Like the Lord Jamar beef with Eminem, where he told the truth that black people don't really listen to Eminem like that. And white rappers are guests in the house of hip hop. When I watched that video, he did a devil trick. And Lord Jamar called him out the next time he saw him. He said, man, everybody get mad at me on Eminem, but we wasn't even talking about him. You brought him up. We was talking about Macklemore. And everybody starts saying that I'm clout chasing Eminem and this, that. I never even brought up his name.
Mm-hmm.
A whole bunch of shit. And I said, I'm glad he brought that up. Because if you really, because I got the only Vlad TV videos I will watch was Lord Jamal. Because till he got his podcast. And when he got his podcast, I was like, well, I ain't got to watch Vlad no more. I can hear what he say. But he first went on there, and I heard what he said, and I was like, man, this brother telling the truth.
And I never knew what Vlad looked like because you never saw his face. So like you only heard his voice. And when I saw his picture, I said that guy looks like he just woke up from a 900-year nap. Like he like and that name Vlad. Someone has said it. I think in my stream they said his name just sounds very vampiric. Like you know, like he just comes out at night.
Because it's Vlad. You already know that what Dracula, and his name is Vladislav.
All right. That's an Amber Alert that came.
Okay, yeah, I kind of figured.
Yeah, I'm about to say somebody got snatched. Yeah. The name Vlad is vampiric because it's from Vlad Dracula. Vladimir, that's Dracula's real name. So that's why it sounds like that to you. It's just that nature. But when you look at him, you're right. He got red hair. He one of the whitest people I ever seen in my life. Like his skin never seen the sun. But you know what always fucked me up? He say he from the Bay Area. I say, you from the Bay Area with no tan, nigga?
Mm-hmm.
Much sun out there, you don't got no complexion?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, something wrong.
And I know people in the Bay Area, and nobody know his ass. So right. he must be like a phantom or something.
Mm-hmm. But then he always talking about drug business when the one time I tried to sell drugs, you know, I really couldn't do it. Guy ran off with my money. I realized I had to kill people. I didn't really want to do it. So, you know, so tell me about the time you sold drugs. And then a nigga just start telling, well, you know, I caught my purse from my man Ricky Davis used to live over there on 14th and Hoover, you know. Ricky, he used to have the packs, wore the green polo shirts. Everybody knew Ricky. What? You know, what the fuck am I listening to?
Yeah.
Man, that nigga
and when he smiles, his smile is even creepy. Like everything about him just looks like something that should have came out of the Twilight Zone.
Right. Anybody that co-sign that shit full of shit.
Yeah. Wow. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I've been on since 7:30. It is 9:48. And we'll definitely come back again probably next week because I want to do another current event. I haven't done one in a while. Mm-hmm. So we'll definitely get the panel together and sit down and just go over some of the things, you know, the recent things that's been going on.
Okay. You still want to do the thing about the black plan tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm trying to decide whether I'll have, you know, a few people on or I'll just do it solo. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, I want to go over Trump's black plan because I got an article that lays out everything that's in it. And it's a bunch of bullshit, but you know, it's an election year. So he's just pandering for some black votes. We know what he's up to.
Well, no matter whether you do it solo or not, just in the spirit of Trump's black plan, I'm going to buy a whole bunch of cotton balls, throw them on the ground, find my dirtiest t-shirt, rip it, and an old pair of jeans, don't wear no shoes, and then just start picking the cotton. Trump's black plan.
Yeah, his Black America plan.
That's just what I'm going to do. All right, shalom, family. Love
y'all.
All right,
y'all. Take care.
You have a good night.
Uh-huh.